Hey everyone, of the Dr. Bob Lee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, you're always welcome. I'm your host, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is the founder and president of the Dominic A. Murray 21 Memorial Foundation. She joins us today to reflect on how she has kept her son's memory alive through the foundation. And she's also going to highlight the importance of heart health awareness in our youth. So please welcome to the show, Melinda Murray Nyack. Melinda, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Dr. Bob Lee. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show and to spend time with you this morning. I appreciate it.
I had a wonderful time spent with you out in Long Island, and we learned so much. I mean, I still have the book right here.
That's right.
All the things that you guys are doing, working together with the doctors of St. Francis Hospital. Just to brief everybody as to why you started your organization, give us a little history.
Well, my story began in 2006 when I first lost my husband to a massive heart attack, unexpected. And then 3 years later, our only child, Dominic, collapsed on a basketball court at Farmingdale State College. He was only 17 years old. And when he collapsed, no one knew what to do right away. No one started CPR right away. No one got the AED that was right outside of the gym door to initiate that, immediate shock to restart his heart. And the reason why they didn't do that is because they didn't recognize the signs, and they wouldn't really come to the conclusion that someone as young and vibrant as Dominic would have collapsed that had something dealing with his heart. And that's the tragedy. But when his autopsy was performed, that's when his congenital heart condition was revealed. And it wasn't until after his death, when it was too late, that his underlying condition was revealed. And my son was healthy. He was seemingly healthy.
Well, he went through sports. He passed all the exams that he was supposed to pass, but we didn't know he had an underlying situation. Is that right?
That's right. He was diagnosed healthy at every well child visit, and he passed every pre-participation sports physical.
And he was going for a layup. How did it happen?
He was attempting a routine layup. So, he was like mid making that layup, and his heart suddenly stopped and he collapsed on the court. So he started gasping, exhibiting seizure-like symptoms. And so no one recognized that those are signs of a sudden cardiac arrest. I didn't know that until I learned later on what the signs were.
And now you started an organization, a foundation, Dom Heart 21. Tell us about it.
So Dom Heart 21, of course, is named after Dominic. 21 was his jersey number from the time he played CYO, AAU, varsity, and that was going to be his number at Farmingdale State. So that's the significance of number 21 in Dom Heart 21. And what we do is we provide youth heart screenings. We screen young hearts for children, teens, and young adults, ages 12 to 25. That's the age range that we screen hearts. We provide also CPR AED training in all communities, wherever young people and people of all ages live, learn, and play, no matter where they live, because that's important. And we place life-saving AEDs. Without the AED, there's no way to restart that heart. CPR can go but so far. But
and AED stands for?
AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator. It's a smart machine. You just turn it on and you follow the steps, but it's a life-saving machine.
It's like what's seen on TV when you're trying to save somebody's life. All right, clear.
Well, that's what's seen on Baywatch. Now I've aged myself, but on Baywatch, I mean, I used to watch it too, like, wow, you could do it on water, on a, that little surfboard, but no. So those are the heavy duty machines that are like in the hospital setting. But we can place a life-saving device in common lay people's hands, like you and myself, and it's a sleek, smart device. You turn it on. It's safe to use because it will only shock you if it detects that your heart needs a shock. So anyone can handle an AED.
Yeah. And you give great instructions too. I mean, the young lady that you had, the doctor that you had there from St. Francis Hospital, you did, your whole team really put it together. I was in one of the classes, ladies and gentlemen.
And you did amazing. You were amazing. Quick learner, and it's as you can attest, it's easy to learn how to save a life. Anyone can learn how to save a life.
Yes. So, and you have legislation passed. How did that take place?
Well, it took over a decade, but the Dominic Murray Sudden Cardiac Arrest Prevention Act, also known as Dominics Law, was finally signed into law on October 25th, 2021, during the anniversary month of Dominic's passing, 13 years after he passed away. 13 years legislating, advocating to make sure that children are safe in schools, finally passed. And it impacts, it's a game changer that impacts all New York State schools, public and non-public. And it's going to save lives, thousands of lives.
Yeah. So when you say call 911 in an emergency and you have somebody go get the AED, that school or that place should have it.
Yes, all New York State schools are required to have AEDs. The significance of this legislation is that now, and never before had this happened, now in New York State, as part of every pre-participation sports physical, every permission slip to participate in gym, physical education, all parents will receive information, a package with information on sudden cardiac arrest, its signs, symptoms, risk, and prevention. They'll sign off on that saying that they understand, that knowing their child's family history and knowing what SCA is. SCA is an acronym for sudden cardiac arrest. They now have become aware. Coaches and teaching staff will be trained on how to recognize the signs of sudden cardiac arrest and know the risk and the prevention. And they're also mandating that a plan be put in place to react to these occurrences, excuse me.
Yeah.
And if a child exhibits these signs while in play, they are removed from participation until they are seen by a cardiologist and cleared. Never before has that happened in New York State. In other states, they're starting to get it and they're starting to implement such measures. But this took over a decade and there's no additional cost that goes into this. It was no funding, that extra funding that was needed.
Yeah.
And it involves the Commissioner of Health, New York State Commissioner of Health, and New York State Commissioner of Education. And we're going to work together to make sure this information is delivered to the parents.
Yeah. And you know what? Your organization has already saved lives. Tell us about it.
Yes. So similar to the CPR training that you went through a few weeks ago, 4 lives have been saved from people who were trained by us. We've trained over 21,000 so far, and 4 lives have been saved, which is really significant. And through our heart screenings, we provide heart screenings for young people twice a year at no cost.
That's excellent. Who's some of the organizations that you work with? I know the Deltas are big.
Well, we work with the Deltas, and the Deltas are huge. One of our board members, Dr. Sandra Nurse, she is a Delta, as well as our board chair, who resides in North Carolina. She is a Delta. We've worked with Deltas, Elm Corps adult and youth activities here in Queens. My son played basketball over at Elm Corps Gym, and they are huge supporters of our foundation. We partner on many events to bring awareness to the communities. We work with St. Francis Hospital, named the American Heart Association, Parent Heart Watch, which is a national organization that I actually sit on the board of, Queens Chamber of Commerce. There's so many organizations that we are partnering with, so many to name. And we're bringing the Girl Scouts of Greater New York. There's so many, because they help us extend our mission message. We provide services that help expand our reach. And we're also going to be working with, we're bringing our new partners all the time. And
Like to make
I'll let you reveal that one. I was waiting. I was waiting, saving the best for last. But I want you to reveal that one. I didn't want to steal the thunder. That's why I was like, okay.
No, it's a wonderful thing when you get a group of organizations and people working together.
Yes.
Always moving together in the same direction for a common cause to help others get what they need out of life. I think it's wonderful. Where can we go? You have a website that we can gather more information on you?
Yes, please visit domheart21.org. We're also on social media. Follow us on Twitter. It's easy to follow at domheart21, DOMHEART21. We're doing so much. I'm excited about what we're going to be doing with Make the Great Foundation. We have great things in store, so follow us to hear more about that. It's important that we really go into the Black and Brown communities, because in those communities, the resources and information is not all there yet. And we have that information. We want you to look to us for this information and for these resources and assistance. The majority of student athletes that are afflicted by sudden cardiac arrest are in the Black and Brown communities, not because their hearts are made up of any different, but because of the help and the education in CPR, accessibility to AEDs, and getting provision for youth heart screenings accessible to them. That is what's hurting those communities, and we make it available to them.
Thank you so much, and looking forward to working with you. You do some great things in our community, and that's what we want to partner with. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thing that you're doing. All right, Melinda Murray Nyack. She's a founding president of the Dominic A. Murray 21 Memorial Foundation. We appreciate you. We love you, and we'll talk to you in a bit.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. More open coming your way